What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're drawing Monster Catnap from Poppy Playtime. For today's lesson we'll need some paper and a pencil. I'll be drawing with this 0.7mm mechanical pencil with a 2B graphite stick. And if you want more details on our art supplies, I'll leave a list with links in the description below. Let's begin by blocking out the basic shape and pose of our character. We're gonna start over on the left side. Let's sketch a line coming down the center of our page, starting from the very top. It's gonna work our way down using these short lines, coming all the way down towards the bottom. Now, in the center, let's draw another line going across from left to right. Now these lines are going to help us balance out the pose of our character. Now I'm going to use these to help us create a large circle for the head. From the center point, let's move up. It's going to mark out the top of our circle, somewhere around here. And then we just need to measure that distance from the center down towards the bottom. And we'll do the same thing across this horizontal line. Measure the distance from the center all the way over towards the left, and then down towards the right. Let's connect the center point of each mark with a curve to create our circle. So we'll start with the top left, and the circle doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to rough this in, just get into the rough size and placement of our circle. Now with this character, we're going to curve the back going up and then back down. So let's start from the center of our circle. We're just going to bend this out toward the left and up towards the top of the back. Just going to round this out and then come down towards that center line. Let's go back to the center. We're just going to curve the left side going all the way around, go up towards the top of the back, go across, and then down towards the right, towards that same line. Let's do that again on the right side. We're going to go up, across, and let's just bring that down towards the side of our circle. Now from here, we're just going to curve the body, coming down and then back up. Now let's draw on the hind legs. Leaving a gap in the center, step over towards the left, bend this out and then down towards the left, move over towards the right and do the same thing, coming down towards the same height. Now from here, we're going to draw a small circle for the knees. From the center of the left knee, bend the leg, coming down and then out towards the bottom of the foot. Now across the bottom, we're just going to add a curve. Let's do the same thing on the right. We're just going to bend this down and over towards the left, and then add that curve across the bottom. Now we're going to go back up to the top and add some thickness to the legs. Let's start from the hip. Just going to bend this down and then out towards the knee. Go to the left side and do the same thing. Just going to add some thickness along the inside. Let's go to the knee, bend the bottom of the leg coming down and out towards that bottom curve along the outside. Now let's go back up to the top and draw the arms. We're going to start on the side of the head on the top right. We're going to start with a circle, just up here for the socket. Let's line this up over on the left side. Draw that same size circle, just overlapping the body. Now in the center of the right shoulder, come down, bend that out towards the elbow, and we'll add a small circle. Let's go to the center of the left arm, bend this down, and then out just underneath the head. I'm just going to line this up and add another circle. Now you want to add some thickness to the arms. Let's start from the outside, bend this out, and then down towards the bottom. Go to the inside, do the same thing. Close off the bottom with a curve. Now you can see that the arms are a little bit lower than the back leg. Now let's go to the right elbow, do the same thing, coming down and out. And then round out the bottom. Now I want to go back and just erase some of that detail on the inside of our head. I'm just going to leave the guidelines. Now with the head, we're just going to tilt this down towards the left. So on the top of our circle, let's step over. It's going to angle the head going across the center and then down towards the bottom right. And we want to cross this in the opposite direction, going up towards the right. In the center of the head, let's draw a small triangle coming down for the nose. And then from the center, just going to bend the mouth, coming down and then up towards the left and right side, towards that center line. Let's round out the mouth, coming around towards the side of our circle. I just want to bend this in towards the soft point in the middle of the chin, coming down and then back up. From the top of the mouth, we'll step up. Just going to trace the mouth going around the cheeks, down towards the chin. And then on either side, we'll draw a circle for the eyes, going all the way around, just touching that center line. Do the same thing on the right. Let's add 2 small circles in the center of each eye. And we'll add a small black dot in the center. Now we're going to curve the side of the head, starting from the side of our circle, going up above the brow, come down in the middle, round this out, go up above the right eye, and then down on top of the cheek. And now we're going to add those large ears on the top of the head. Let's start on top of the left brow. Just going to bend this out towards the side and then down. Bring this down and then in towards the cheek. Now I'm going to straighten out the right ear. Starting from the top of the brow, I'm going to go up, out, come all the way around the side, and then in. Now across the back, we're going to add a series of curves for the ribs. Let's start from the side. I'm going to go up and then down. Step up, add another one, going across, then in. Just working our way around the right side, coming all the way down towards the bottom. It's right about there. Now along the bottom of the front arms, we're going to add the claws. Let's start in the center of the left arm and draw a half oval, going up and then down. Let's add one more on either side. Just going around the sides. And we'll do the same thing on the right, starting in the middle with that half oval, and then add another one on either side. Now across the hind leg, we're going to start with a small half oval in the middle, draw one going out towards the left. Let's do the same thing on the right, adding one in the middle, then one out towards the right and left. Now, over on the right hip, we're going to add a guide for the tail. We're going to start by going out and just bend that in towards the leg. We're just going to draw on top of the body, going across and then down towards the left side. Now, with our rough sketch complete, we're going to go back and lightly erase some of these guidelines. Now that we have our clean rough sketch, we can use this as a guide to help us add some more detail on top and refine the shapes. Let's start with the nose. Start by curving the top, going across, and we're just going to darken up our contours. Coming in towards the bottom, and we're just going to darken up the inside of the nose. And from here, it's going to work our way across the bottom edge of the mouth. And we're just going to use these thick and thin lines, so adding some weight by going thicker along the inside. Just going to bend this up and then out towards the corners of the mouth. That oval on the side, and then just tucking the bottom of the mouth underneath. Now with the cheeks, we're just going to blend this in, so just tapering that in, and I want to add a little bit of fur texture along the outside. Just going to come down towards a point and pull that back in. Let's add a few going down the side of the cheek, down towards the chin. And we're going to do the same thing on the right, starting on the side. I'm going to add that fur along the edge. Just pulling that in. I'm just going to add a few coming down the side. And we'll close off the bottom of the head. I'm just going to work our way around the eyes. Just trace out the eyes and the pupils. And then we're just going to add some shape to the side of the head. So I'm just going to bend this in, go around the brow, up towards the top, and then bend this down and in towards the middle. I want to add a little bit of fur across the top of the head, so we're going to add some points going up towards the left and then over towards the right. So adding a fold just up above the nose in the middle. I'm going to add a light seam going up the middle. Let's trace out the inside of the ear, starting with the top, going out towards the end. Just going to add a light fold coming across the bottom. I'm just going to add a little bit of fur across the base of the right ear. And with the back, we're going to start with some layers. We're going to start with the front just directly behind the head and just add some folds as we go. So I'm going to fold that shoulder in behind, just rounding out the base, just modifying the shape and just pulling that in. Adding some more folds on the front and back. Then we're going to move over and draw in the right shoulder. Now in the center of the spine, we're going to add these spikes. We're going to bend these up, round them out, come down, and then blend that out to each rib. So these curves that we created at the beginning, it's going to blend this out and then fade that down. And we're going to layer these in behind as we go towards the back. So adding another one, going around, down towards the rib, and then blending that out towards the side. I'm just going to draw the bottom of the rib cage, so we're going to bend this out around and then just pull that in towards the hip. Now we're going to move back over towards the left side. I'm going to start with the outside of the arm, and I want to add a little bit of hair going out. So we're going to add a few points and just working our way out and down towards the claws. And we're just going to add some shape to the inside of the arm and a little bit of fur coming down. Now let's layer those claws along the top. So we'll start with the outside first. And working our way across towards the right. And then we're just going to layer those claws on top, starting right in the middle of the paw, bending these down and back up on the inside. Let's add another one in the center. And then curving the opposite direction on the inside on the right. Now I'm just going to layer that paw in behind the claws. Now with the right arm, we want to continue the curve of the arm coming in behind the head. Let's add some fur across the elbow. And then continue down towards the bottom. I'm going to do the same thing on the right. Start with those claws tucked in the center of each paw. Rounding out the bottom. Let's go back up and just finish off the top of the leg. Just going to round out the hip. Now I'm just going to add a fold along the center of the body, in between the legs. And we'll come down the right side. Come down the inside. And then down towards the bottom. Let's add a bit of fur. Just finish off the claws along the back. Now we're just going to add some thickness to the tail. Add some fur across the top. And just working our way along the outside. We're just going to go in between the legs. Come down towards the end. Just going to round this out. And then work our way back up along the top. Now directly underneath the head, we're going to add that moon pendant. Start with a circle. Just going to lightly sketch this in. Add a small circle on the right side. And I'm just going to trace the outside, just leaving that gap on the right. We'll add some highlight lines. Now we're going to go back and just clean up our drawing just by erasing that underlying sketch. Now that we have our clean sketch, we're going to go in and start adding our shadows. So we start with the inside edge of the ear. Just going to darken this up. And then I want to fade that out towards the side. Just going to add that light shade along the outside of the ear towards that trim. Now over on the right side, we're going to darken up the inside again and then fade that out. We're also going to darken up each of the claws, going darker along the bottom, just fading that up towards a highlight. Just going to darken up the right side, and then fade that across. Now we're going to move to the side edge of our pencil and just add some shadows across the bottom edge of the body. So I want to start with the ribs first. We're going to position the light from the top left side going across our character. So the shadows will sit on the opposite side. I'm just going to darken up the back leg, just pushing this into shadow, and just fading that out. And once we finish shading in our character, we'll be sure to sign our artwork, and that's pretty much it. There's a drawing of Monster Catnap from Poppy Playtime. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. And if you want more details on our art supplies I used, I'll leave a list with links in the description below. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.